Sometimes you just have to be honest. And being a parent can be very difficult, challenging, and exhausting. And if you have a child that has issues, it can be just that much more challenging. And so sometimes you don't need people just telling you all the things that you're doing wrong. You need people to tell you what you're doing right and to support you. And in this video, what I'm going to do is support you as you deal with your child that has challenging issues. So this video is called Glass Child Syndrome. And I've been looking at a lot of different TikToks and looking at some Instagram. And this word has been just like rampant on the internet, talking about the glass child syndrome. And what that is that when a healthy child has a sibling that requires a lot of attention from their parents. And so that a healthy child doesn't get a lot of the attention because a lot of it is going to the child that has the issues. And so they describe it as the child feeling like they're a glass, that the parents are looking through them. And they're not really helping them or giving them what they need, but they're looking through them because they're so busy and focused on the child that has the issues that they neglect the child. And the thing is, they're not doing it on purpose. They're just giving the child that at that moment needs most of the attention. And so the other child feels neglected. And they appear to be forgotten ones in the family because the one with the disabilities are getting all of the attention. Now, I haven't been in that type of situation, I must admit. I do have a twin brother, though. I'm a twin. And so at times it seemed like my mother would give him more attention than she gave me. And when I would ask her, she would say, well, you know what? I'm giving the one the attention that needs it. So I can understand a little bit how they feel, that maybe you may feel like, hey, they're neglecting me and I'm not getting this attention. But again, they're not doing it on purpose. But a lot of times, sometimes they don't even realize that they're doing it until somebody brings it to their attention. Now, some of these issues that they may be focusing on is the child may have a disability, child may have a medical issue and they have an illness, the child may have behavior problems, their child may have an addiction or some type of alcohol or substance abuse or even a food addiction. And so all of these things are going on, and the parents are overwhelmed because they're trying to deal with this one child. And so a lot of times that other child that's healthy, they get neglected and they get overlooked. And it can create a childhood trauma within that child because their emotional needs are not being met. And a lot of times when I say it creates childhood trauma, because that healthy child feels that I have to be perfect. I can't give my parents any problems. They have a pressure that they have to be the good child. They may take on parental responsibilities. They may become the parent. And if there's other young siblings, they may have to, quote, parent them because the other parent is so busy dealing with the other children. And so they feel that they have to make everyone happy. So they start feeling like, I really can't even be a child because they're pushed into a situation where they have to be more of an adult. So, knowing all of this, just want to give a little background. So, what can you do as a parent? Like I said, sometimes parents don't even realize that this is happening. And so, the first thing to do is to realize that, you know what? Take that deep breath that I'm always talking about. Take a deep breath and realize that, you know what? I may need some help. I may need some help with this situation because I talked about a child with disabilities. And I am a special ed teacher, so I know how challenging it could be to deal with a child that has certain um, issues, certain disabilities, whether it's medical or it's physical or it's behavioral. And it does require a lot of time from the parent. And so, one of the things that the parent has to realize is that I may need help. I can't do it all. I can't be the super mom or the super dad. So, the first thing I would say for you to do is to find a support system. Find a support system that when you feel tired and overwhelmed, that you have someone that could help you out. Because earlier I said that your child may feel like no one's paying attention to them, you have to think about, you know what? I have to find a way to include my child. So, some of the things that you can do as a parent is, first of all, not take your healthy child emotional health for granted, which means that not just thinking that because they look like they're doing okay, that everything is fine. Do check ins with your child. Ask them, how are you doing? How are you feeling? See where they're at. Don't just assume because they're being the perfect child, they don't have any behaviors, they're taking care of everything, that everything is fine because it may not be fine. A lot of times they may say that they're fine, so you may have to probe a little deeper to find out what's going on. Another thing you can do is find ways to spend time with your child without the other child, without the child that needs all of the extra attention. You can go to the park with them. You can sit down and read a book with them. You can sit down and watch TV with them. You can have a mom and daughter day out, or a mom and son day out, or a dad and daughter day out, or a dad and son day out. Find time where you can spend that one-on-one with them. And this is what I was saying earlier about that support system. The support system, you could have someone else watching your other child, if this is a child with disabilities, while you go out with your child that's healthy. Or if it's somebody that's with addiction, you can take that time away from them and spend time with your other child to make sure that they know that they are included, to make sure that they know that they aren't invisible. Another thing that you can do is when you do go out with them, maybe buy them something special. Buy them something special. Find out what some of their interests are. And when you find out what some of their interests are, do that with them, making them feel special, making them feel special. Again, that when you are a parent, a lot of times you don't realize that you're doing this. And so, again, like I said, I saw it on TikTok, and I saw kids saying that they were the glass child syndrome, and the parents didn't even know it because they were so busy focused on making sure the other child is healthy that sometimes you forget about the child that is healthy. So go ahead and write that down in the comment if you've experienced some of that. If you've experienced being in a situation where you were the healthy child and you had maybe a sibling that had issues going on and your mom and dad had to deal with that. So I have the ticker tape going across the bottom. Go ahead and subscribe and sign up, because this channel is all about parents, all about helping parents, whether you are a co-parent, whether you are a step parent. This is about helping you because there's a lot of things that happen in your life as a parent. I have another video that if you are dealing with a child that has special needs, I have a video here that's going to help you with that child.